Now, a square prism, 35 mm sides of base and 65 mm axis length, rests on HP on one of its edges of the base, which is inclined to VP at 30 degrees. Draw the projections of the prism when the axis is inclined to HP at 45 degrees. So this is the problem here. Since it is rests on HP, so obviously we have to start the problem from HP. Then he says it is so a square prism rests on one of its edges, so the edge which is resting on HP so has to be perpendicular to VP. So here you can see the edge which is PS and also RQ are the base edges which are perpendicular to VP. Since it is a square prism, you are going to have the top surface will going to be a square and also the bottom surface will going to be a square of 35 mm side. So this side PQ, QR, RS and SP will going to have a side of 35 mm. So when you look from the front view, we can see the height of the prism which will going to be the 65 mm. So when you look from the top view, ABCD is the surface which is near to the observer. So ABCD is visible, and PQRS is the surface which is invisible. So PQRS will becomes invisible. So the axis of the center O and O1. So O is near to the observer, it is visible. O1 is away from the observer, so it becomes invisible. And when you look from the front view, we can see the height of the prism which is 65 mm here. When you look from the front view, AB is near to the observer, so A dash B dash is visible, and CD is away from the observer, so C dash D dash becomes invisible, and O dash is the point which becomes invisible because AB is heading that O, because axis will be always at the center of the prism, so O dash becomes invisible. Similarly, when you look from the front view, PQ is near to the observer, so P dash Q dash is visible, and R dash S dash RS is away from the observer, so R dash S dash becomes invisible. O1 dash is hidden by the edge of PQ, so O1 dash also becomes invisible. Now this we have to write it in the orthographic view. Here first, when you look from the top view, you have a square of 35 mm side. So first you draw a line of 35 mm, and similarly you draw a vertical line and you measure 35 mm here also, and you complete the square of 35 mm side, wherein A to B, AB, BC, CD and DA joined with a dark line. Similarly PQ, RS with a brackets. So it is invisible. So then join the diagonals. The diagonal should not be darkened here. That is because that is the basic difference between the pyramid and the prism. In the prism we have only the longer edges, we don't have an apex point. If you dark this, then it becomes a pyramid. So since you don't have the slant edges here, so we have to draw these two lines with a thin line. So that is the reason why we have not darkened this here. So it is a thin diagonal line. So the intersection point will going to give you the center. So once you get the center, you mark that point as O, and then O1 in bracket. O will be at the surface of ABCD, and O1 will be on the surface of PQRS. Now project this to the front view. So you project this point from PS and also from QR to the XY line. So here, this will go to the base of the prism, that is PQRS will going to be the base of the prism. So when you look from the front view, PQ is near to the observer, so P dash Q dash is visible, and RS is away from the observer, so R dash S dash will become invisible, and O1 dash will becomes invisible because the edge PQ is hiding that point. So naturally Q1 dash will going to be invisible, and it is in bracket. Now when you look from the front view, the height of the prism can be seen. So from Q1 dash you draw a vertical line. Then from here you measure the distance of 65 mm and mark that point as O dash with a bracket. Then draw a horizontal line, and then you project the point from AD and also BC to the top position or top line, so that you will going to get this line. So you dark between, so you dark this line and also you dark this line. Why? Because So when you look from the front view, AB is near to the observer, so A dash B dash is visible, and C dash C or CD, it is away from the observer, so C dash R dash, C dash D dash will be in bracket, and O dash is hiding this. O dash is the point which is hidden by the edge A dash B dash, so naturally that becomes invisible. So since we have joined between A to P, B to Q, C to R, and D to S, so since A dash is a visible point, P dash is a visible point, so visible to visible is visible, so you dark that. Similarly, B dash is a visible point, Q dash is a visible point, visible to visible is visible, dark them here also. So now we have A dash to B dash is visible and P dash to Q dash is visible, so you dark that. Then he says, draw the projections of the prism when the axis is inclined to HP at 45 degrees. Now we will going to take up that. Since the axis is parallel to VP, so you are getting the true length of the axis here. Now it is resting on one of the edges, so we will go to rest on Q dash or P dash S dash is the one of the edge which is resting on HP. So since it is resting on HP, so either you can rest it on P dash S dash or you can rest on Q dash R dash. Either of the two edges you can rest. Now since it is resting on this, so from here, since the axis has to be inclined, since both the axis and this A dash P dash both are parallel, so if I rotate A dash P dash by an angle of 45 degree, then automatically that axis will also be inclined at 45 degrees because both are parallel. So consider any point on the XY line at some suitable distance and mark that point as P dash S dash, and then by using the protractor you measure an angle of 45 degree and then with the XY line and then draw this line. And then you similarly, since this line is at 45, then naturally the base is also at 45, so you mark 45 degree on this side also and then draw these two perpendicular lines. So you draw that. Once you draw that, then you measure the distance from by using the compass, you measure the distance from P dash to A dash. From B dash you cut an arc on this to get this point A dash P dash. Then you mark them or you name them. Similarly, you measure the distance from P dash to Q dash. From P dash you draw an arc on this line to get this point Q dash R dash. Then by using the same radius with A dash as center, draw an arc here. From Q dash to R dash you measure the distance from Q dash to B dash. From Q dash you cut an arc on this to get this point B dash C dash and name them. Then join A dash to B dash and then B dash to Q dash with a dark line, and this is already darkened and this is also already darkened. Now we need to transfer the distance of O1 dash. So you measure the distance from P dash to O1 dash. From P dash you draw an arc on this to get this point O1 dash. Similarly, from A dash you measure the distance of A dash O dash. From A dash you cut an arc on this by using the compass and you mark that point as O dash. Then join O dash to O1 dash with a center line. So this is how we will be transferring the distances of the first position front view here and complete this second position front view exactly in the same same way as that of the first position front view. Now we need to write the top view. So draw a vertical projector from A dash P dash, A dash D dash, and draw a horizontal projector from A and D to intersect at this point AD. Similarly, draw a vertical projector from O dash and draw a horizontal projector from O to get this point O. Similarly, draw a vertical projector from B dash C dash and draw a horizontal projector from B and C to get this point B and C. Similarly, draw a vertical projector from P dash S dash and draw a horizontal projector from P and S to get this point PS. Similarly, draw a vertical projector from O1 dash and draw a horizontal projector from O1 here to get this point O1 here. Then similarly, draw a vertical projector from Q dash R dash and draw a horizontal projector from Q and R to get this point Q and R. Now once you get this point, name them. Now we are going to apply the join them first. Join between A to B, B to C, C to D and D to A with a continuous thin line. Similarly, join between P to Q, Q to R, R to S and S to P with a continuous thin line. Now the manner in which we have connected, the same way we have to connect here. Since we have connected between A to P, So you connect between A to P. So here you join between A to P. Then similarly B to Q. So B to Q it's already joined. Then C to R. So C to R, and then D to S. So D to S. This is how the connectivity will go. So now apply the condition of visibility. So all the exterior edges of the boundaries of the solids are visible. So A to Q, Q to R, R to D, and D to A, this will going to form the exterior edges of the boundaries of the solids. So that will going to be darker. So you darken. When you look from the top view, A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash are near to the observer, so it is visible. So since AB is already darkened, AD is already darkened, and CD is already darkened, so you dark between BC. Then we are left out with only PS. So the edge or a corner which is on XY line in the front view is always invisible in the top view. So you make that PS as a dotted line. Since the portion of PQRS, PS is invisible, so O1 becomes invisible. So join between O to O1 with a center line. This is also quite evident from here. So when you look from the top surface, ABCD is near to the observer, it is visible, and then you have a rectangular face which is BQRC. That is BQRC is visible. So that means it becomes an opaque surface, and this also becomes an opaque surface. Naturally PS is beneath that, so then PS will going to become invisible.